Great teams always have a great deal of drama. Just take a look at The Last Dance with the Championship Bulls teams, and you'll know that drama is almost necessary for any winning team. Looking back in time, there have been some great teammate feuds. So, with that said, we'll be looking at some of the most tumultuous relationships between teammates condensed into 5 beefs, as there is a part 2 to this series. But before we jump into some of the most heated NBA moments between teammates, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and make sure to share the video if you enjoy it. LeBron James and Delonte West.
All we got is to worry about this game and send it back to Cleveland.
Game 6 of the 2010 Eastern Conference Semifinals is a game that will forever live in infamy in the hearts of the fans of the Cleveland Cavaliers, even if LeBron James did return back home to deliver an NBA championship. This was all about the fact that James's 27 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists don't come close to telling the story of how he quit on his team when the game was at its most critical point in time. Why did the King quit? There were swirling rumors between James and Delonte West, stemming from allegations that West may have engaged in some type of sexual relationship with James's mother. It's one of the most amazing urban legends in NBA history, and it was one that helped push James out the door from Cleveland and to the Miami Heat. Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson. These two disliked each other from the beginning. Mourning joined Johnson in Charlotte in 1992 after Johnson's Rookie of the Year season and immediately felt slighted by the forward when Johnson flaunted his early success. The pair was dominant on the court, but things got bad once Johnson signed an $84 million contract in 1993. Mourning began publicly complaining about the money his teammate was making and his lack of touches on offense, which led to him leaving for Miami soon after. Johnson, after suffering a back injury, also left the team for New York. The rivalry peaked in the 1998 playoffs when Mourning and Johnson, after years of hatred and scorn, engaged in a fight near the end of Game 4. The two put forth an embarrassing display of inaccurate punching, but the most famous shot of the fight was Knicks head coach Jeff Van Gundy desperately grasping the leg of Charles Oakley trying to stop the altercation. Memories. NBA scuffles are typically isolated incidents that develop throughout a single game or series, but this one was years in the making. Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. We know, these two didn't play on the same team, but that's because Jordan blocked Thomas from the Dream Team. If you watch The Last Dance documentary, you're undoubtedly aware of Jordan and Thomas's beef. The two met 4 straight times in the playoffs from 1988 to 1991, with Thomas's bad boy Pistons employing the Jordan rules tactic to beat up Jordan and defeat the Bulls. Jordan endured some serious poundings before finally overcoming Detroit in 1991. Thomas was fearless and ruthless in his prime and would try to win by any means necessary, which included telling teammates to foul Jordan hard whenever possible. Jordan didn't take kindly to this and repeatedly clashed with the Pistons superstar both on the court and in the media, which is the initial source of their feud. But when the NBA was constructing the 1992 Dream Team, it's been reported that Jordan and Scottie Pippen wouldn't play on the team if Thomas was on the roster. Not wanting to hurt the team's chemistry and needing the 2 Chicago superstars on the roster to recruit the league's other great players, the NBA obliged and left the deserving Thomas off the Olympic team. Jordan denies specifically requesting Thomas to be left off the team, but Thomas doesn't see it that way. It's obvious Thomas's presence would have felt awkward alongside so many stars he tormented over the years. So you can't only blame Jordan for Thomas's absence. The two haven't reconciled, with Jordan referring to Thomas as an asshole in the documentary. Nick Young and DAngelo Russell. This is teammate feud that was due to modern technology. Russell posted a video on Snapchat in which Russell basically baited Young into admitting he cheated on his fiancée, Iggy Azalea. For a while, Young and other Lakers veterans essentially ignored Russell, refusing to associate or even speak with him for a period of time, as his punishment for breaking the code of trust for what goes on in NBA locker rooms.
The duo just received another prize.
I'm glad you told my video all that.
Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenton. Arenas' gun-related suspension is well known. The true story behind the incident, though, is somewhat clouded. Although Arenas says this isn't his reconciliation of the story, then Wizards teammate Karen Butler details the situation in his book, Tough Juice: My Journey from the Streets to the NBA. He essentially describes how Arenas and Crittenden got into a dispute on the team plane over $1,100 Crittenden felt Arenas owed him from a card game in December of 2009. Arenas and Crittenden exchanged words and had to be separated, which led to them each threatening the other that they play with guns. 2 days later, Arenas brought out 4 unloaded guns in the locker room before practice and allegedly told Crittenden to pick one that he'd use to shoot him. Crittenden then reportedly pulled out his own loaded gun and pointed it at Arenas as the rest of the team fled the scene. Both players were suspended for the rest of the 2009 to 2010 season and never played a significant minute in the NBA again. Crittenden was later sentenced to 23 years in prison in April of 2015 after pleading guilty to manslaughter and admitting he had joined a Los Angeles gang after being drafted by the Lakers in 2007. Check out some of these videos.